Moshiri is the challenge and the problem because he's the money, he's the solution and the problem all wrapped in the same bundle. Bielsa worries me for you guys because Bielsa would have got Leeds relegated. I don't care about Leeds fans' hero worship of him. You have to live in the here and now. And I'm a huge fan of Everton Football Club. I've always admired them as a football club. I've done business with you in the past where I sold players to you and always enjoyed the rapport. But this situation isn't beyond rectification. If you can get a proper guy in the door, that forget what's happening in the boardroom for the time being. Forget that. You can deal with that another time. You need to keep this team in a division. And this idea that the boardroom affects the players, well, it will do if the players are allowed to be given an excuse.
Yeah.
As long as they get their paychecks, the players are all right. And no one's not paying them. So we need to focus really on the here and now, which is probably, I would go for Dyche. But I would have to give Dyche, to some extent, what he wants, because he's not just going to come to Everton on the back of a contract that might be doing Everton a favour.
But listen, on the Moshiri subject, if you were there and you're Moshiri right now, would you go about it the same way as he's going it? With some of the board members saying, I'm not too sure about Dyche, not too sure about Dyche, Simon. Well, you're the man with the money, Simon. Would you still go with Dyche?
I think that's laughable because I pretty much am 100% sure that he's made all the decisions previously himself.
No, but would you decision make in the same fashion as Farhad decision makes? He's got the money. You had the money at Palace.
To some extent. I would take advice, I would listen to people and I would consult their opinion and make my own decision. And I would want to
do it your
way.
But
after 6 years, in 1 year, I would take this advice from the wrong kind of people in my first year. And as you get more and more experience and more acclimatised to the industry, your eyes don't betray you, or they shouldn't, right? Now, Moshiri, 6 years in, should now need no real guidance from whether it's Kia or whether it's the board that he's got sat in front of him at Everton, and he should be able to know what a good manager looks like for Everton. But he doesn't because he puts people like Benitez in charge. He doesn't because he puts Frank Lampard in, who I've got nothing against, but rolled back the audio this time last year, and I said, this is a very risky appointment with Frank Lampard. I think it's going to fail for him.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, you've now got to stabilise his football club and have a root and branch in the summer when you keep them in the division.
Okay, Steve, that's what you want to hear, isn't it? As an Evertonian, you want to hear those words. Keep you in the division.
Absolutely, Jim. It's laughable now. And Simon, well said to Stubbsy. You put him right in his place. There's too much negativity around the place for my liking. And I've said this enough. Simon, just give me 30 seconds. One quick question. Could there be a chat about getting into Everton Football Club? Could there be a way? And there's always a way, Simon. Could there be a way of you getting involved with Everton Football Club?
They wouldn't want me. They wouldn't want me. You speak truth to power, they don't like it. They wouldn't want me. I'm not particularly...
Who would want you?
Moshiri couldn't work with me.
Why wouldn't he want you?
Because I'm too strong. And because I'm not the sort of person that pays lip service to something. I go hard or I go home. And that's not something that people like in football. They didn't like it when I was in control of Crystal Palace. The FA didn't like it. The Football League didn't like it because I didn't muck about. Now, at the end of the day, I ran out of money, and that's the reasons why I don't own Crystal Palace anymore. But the bottom line is that working for someone like Moshiri, I would be too strong for him. I know that he's an incredibly successful man, incredibly influential, and has made far more money than I'll ever make. But that doesn't mean that in the football world, I'd be too strong for these sort of people. They don't like it. I make them uncomfortable.
Are you asking, Steve, because you've heard Simon say he has huge affection for your club?
Jim, look, I'm a regular caller to your show. I've been doing this for 30-odd years, as you know. And I've been banging on about getting Simon Joe into our club for a long time. And, you know, and everything he says, and I love him to bits, 99% he's always right. But, Simon, can you just give me 10 seconds? You're right what you're saying, and I said this Saturday night, and it's had over 100,000 hits. We need to stop this negativity. There was a supporter there saying we're not going to go down. We as Everton Football Club, Everton family, have been here so many times. If we all stick together, we put away the banners and we put away the negativity, we're halfway through the season. Don't get Bielsa, because that'll break me heart again. Rafa Benitez has already broke it, and he'll break it again. If we get Sean Dyche in, we get Duncan Ferguson, who I'm regularly talking to him, he'll come back to that club. He'll give the little bit that we need. There's more than just a good manager that needs to be here. We need the people around the club. We need the people on a day-to-day basis to tell these players, you are good players. We're halfway through the season, and if we already rally together as an Everton family, we'll stay in the league. If you get rid of this negativity, please stay positive and back. Sean Dyche, Moshiri, get Sean Dyche in. Get Duncan Ferguson in and we'll stay up. Don't bring Bielsa. He can't speak. He can't understand. He will not handle that dressing room. Get Sean Dyche in and we'll stay up.
Steve,
there's a bit of passion for
that
you.
was quite. We've all woken up this Tuesday morning, have we not? Thanks to Steve, the Everton fan. That was phenomenal.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.